So basically, I was messing around on Desmos, right? And so here I've got all the data points from 150 all the way up to 200, with the x coordinate being your defense and the y coordinate being your minimum damage reduction. And as you'll notice, the way I've got it planned out here, ignoring the 150 defense jump, which you can see how big that defense jump is. Like, look at how huge that gap is. You can see there's like a steady increase and then a jump, and then a steady increase, then a jump. Then here it's a much longer increase, right? And there's a jump, and then there's another increase. And so I was like, I wonder what that looks like on a graph, right? And so if I bring these out, first I put in where these were, right? And so you can see it's not an even match between them, but I'm thinking there's technically a jump right here, right? So at 83.5. So here we're going 63 to 72. That's a 9-point jump. That would be another 9-point jump. Here, that would not quite be a 9-point jump. And then here to here is also a little more than a 9-point jump. But you can see it's it's not fully even, but it's a semi-even interval of when the jumps occur, which is kind of interesting, right? And so I was like, okay. So then I re-added them all separately. And I was like, so now that I have all of the points added segmented out, what if I put a graph to them, right? And so that's where this next part's going to come in. So I'm going to get rid of all of these. And then we start off with the first one, right? We got a line of best fit. Just like that, right? It gets very close to hitting all the points. So then we're going to go here. And would you look at that? The graph's completely different once you get here, which makes sense, right? And then as we keep going, we've got another one through all the green points. The green and purple are definitely a little bit less accurate compared to the rest, but that's okay. We're going to hit the fourth one. So as we zoom out, right, we went blue, purple, green, red. The steepness of the graphs are all very different, right? We've got a little bit less. They get the least steep one to start. Then we go into purple where it gets more steep, and then it calms back down a little bit. Or no, then it gets even more steep with green before it finally calms down a little bit with yellow. And so if this trend continues, as we get past 200, it's probably going to calm down a little bit, and then it'll speed up again as values go up. So I'm wondering, right, because our 150 point starts down here, but I'm wondering if it would be the same pattern as it keeps going. So that's just something to look out for. Again, don't have a whole lot of time to work on the actual formula right now, as that takes a lot more deep diving, but I had a little bit of free time and just wanted to do this little experiment and thought I would show it. So yeah, I hope this was interesting to some people. I'm gonna again keep working on it. Let me pull up the spreadsheet real quickly, and I can show you what I got going on with that so far. It's coming along. The spreadsheet's getting kind of close to being finished. So I'm just gonna flip through each of the pages real quick, and so you guys can see kind of everything I got so far, and if you think I need to change anything or like add anything, right? So you got introduction to the spreadsheet. This is just kind of talking about what it is. I'm probably going to add some hyperlinks in here to let you quickly get to where you want to go. This I've just started on, but this is kind of like a guide for new players. I'll let you pause if you want to read it, but it's basically going to go into each stage of the game. Then I already made a video on this, but we've got the defense values of everything, as well as all the rings of 40 defense and up, which I think is pretty interesting. Then going into our defense 2, this is the damage reduction. And so most of these numbers were gotten from a Chinese YouTuber whose name is something QWQ, except for I tested 150 manually because they did not have that on there. And then going into areas, right, I've got starting from grasslands, and I got most of the maps too. Got all the way down. It's not finished yet, as you can see. I've got like a lot of blank stuff. I just haven't tested these earlier areas yet. But it's going all the way down through the areas. And then as you see, once we get to Nightmare Valley, it's like I've got it all like filled out again because these are the more important areas. But yeah, and then I've got maps of all the areas except for ice caverns, which I got some people saying they'd help me get one of those, but no rush to them. I know it's like hard to do this, so. But yeah, maps of all the areas. And we got bosses. I did something with bosses. I made like a table, so now it looks like this. Let me know if you like it or not. It's kind of interesting looking. I don't hate it. We'll see if I can. When I tried to undo it, it crashed my Excel, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. And then we got the weapons, which I don't have all the weapons on here, but I have every like relevant weapon. I just don't have some of the earlier game ones. So you can see where different weapons rank. I think the Blade X's are pretty slept on as far as material cost goes. They're relatively cheap for the amount of DPS you can get out of them. So, if you want to make an endgame sword or just something better than Tsurugi, these are pretty good, right? Tsurugi's base is 123. All these bases are basically 130. So, I mean, it's not much better than Tsurugi 4, but it's pretty good. But yeah, this goes all the way down, right? With Tsurugi 1 as our base because it is the worst weapon in the game. And then we got how do I get that? So this has all the items with a brief description of the best way to get them, as well as most of the other ways to get them. There's a couple left out as far as like ways to get them, but I'm pretty sure I have every item here. I'm just going to slowly scroll down. So if you want to see and double check that I have every item, you can. But I'm pretty sure I do. Who knows? I'm probably missing something. Let's be honest. I'm not perfect. But yeah, going through got every item here, as well as just some of the crafts here. And then I got like a brief description of like every special event, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Mid-Autumn, and Lunar New Year. And I'm pretty sure that's all the events we have so far. But who knows? They may add more in the future. Easter event, still the best event. I don't care what anyone says. Then we got all the quests, right? So we got the Sugi quests, the daily quests, and Mifi's main quest line. I'm pretty sure this is every single daily quest item. So, if there's something here or there's something that's not here that should be here, let me know. I got a page just full of all the combo books. I thought it was important. This was not super impressive. This is in like a couple different Discords, but I thought I'd add it just so people can see. And then this kind of goes over a bunch of different stuff. So I've got like all the ores, abbreviations of names, some survival tips, what the different seeds drop, and then how poison damage works. Credits, this is a work in progress. Anyone who I've gotten help with or used pictures from, I've got in here, as well as the 2 main Discord servers I've used. So, yeah, if you've helped me with anything and your name's not on here, let me know, and I'll add you. And this is just an old one I made that is, like, not super relevant anymore, but it's still kind of cool. What was cool about this one that I didn't do in my other defense spreadsheet is I put the costs of everything. That took a lot of effort, so I'm probably not going to do that again, unless people really want me to. But yeah, once again, just thought it was cool looking at the graph. That's kind of all I got for today. This is a quick video. See you guys later.